birthday kid. What time is that? The future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's...
And welcome to the future, everyone. We're here. You made it. We're all alive and well, and ready to share with you what we think is going to make it an even better future.
Yeah. And that music, of course, we've been using for quite some time for the good old Dr. Future show.
Continuity, my dear. Continuity.
Mrs. Future and Bobby Wilder, our far-out research correspondent.
I'm so glad you both are here because the reality is getting weirder as we go on. You know, have you noticed? Like, just in the last week, let's just look at our own week and see if it relates to others. We had an earthquake, for example.
Look out. Oh, no.
4.6. It originally came in at 5.1.
California, it's not safe. Get ready.
It's a real thing. Earthquakes are a real thing. And fortunately, we were down here 20 miles away from the quake. But,
in the tsunami escape zone.
yeah, in a tsunami escape zone. Now, in a tsunami zone, we had to escape from the zone.
That's right. We might have to climb the stairs if there's another tsunami.
Yeah, exactly. So it happened 20 miles away at about 2 or 3 miles from our house in Boulder Creek.
Where Brother Wayne was. And he, as the first line of defense, and boy, he saw the house jump.
He sure did.
He did not like his version of the earthquake. We just woke up. He woke up and jumped out of bed. Or he said he couldn't jump out of bed because it was so strong he would have fallen over.
No, he told me, well, I felt the earth, right, shake. I said, it's an earthquake if I ever felt one. And sure enough, it was. And so I see a call coming in from my brother, and I knew he probably felt it too. And
1:40 in the morning.
I said, so happy earthquake. And he said, it's not funny. This is serious. And he said, there's a wave that passed through the wood, to the house. The whole house was shaking, and a wave passed through it. And he was never seen anything like that in his life. And it was very, very frightening to him, or spooky.
And he sent us a bunch of disturbing pictures as he walked around the house to survey the damage.
Right.
And so we knew that bathroom cupboards had opened and all the stuff had emptied into the sink.
Emptied into the sink. The sink was full
spices
of spices
in the kitchen hit the ground.
Anything that wasn't bolted down against the walls fell down. So we had a hallway that was full of boxes on one side.
And a bunch of tapes and old CDs and stuff that fell into the middle of the hallway.
Bookcases, all just fell across. It would have blocked our way out of the bedroom. So it was a lesson to us on earthquake safety.
Yeah. We had to go home and spend a day cleaning up after the earthquake.
Yeah.
And the worst, of course, was that a mirror popped off the wall and broke into a bunch of pieces. So,
right.
We had to really...
that.
Yeah, that's in our bedroom. We have to make sure we don't find those little pieces of glass with our feet. But of course, we have swept it up and
of course. Yeah, my main concern was breaking pipes, either gas pipes or water pipes. And fortunately, I don't think we suffered any of that. We'll know when we get back there, see if any small leaks. But these are the things you think about. Water supply. There's a lot of tubes that connect your water supply to your house. And those tubes, those pipes can break, crack. And it makes it hard to find if the crack happens on a pipe that's like 1,000 feet long underground. Where do you look? How do you find the leak? Do you look for wetness? And if it's been raining, it's really hard to tell where that is. So there's a lot of stuff comes out during a quake that really makes you hyper aware of your environment and how your safety needs.
Yeah. But there was a big difference, just of 20 miles from the epicenter, where the house, which was just within 2 or 3 miles of the epicenter, was very much jolted. Yeah. And here down at the beach, it woke us up, but it didn't cause anything.
Yeah, it wasn't. But it's a serious. 4.6, 20 miles away, not so bad.
Yeah.
Did you feel that in San Francisco, Bobby?
I had my quake running And it was the craziest thing. It sounded, there was a yelling from my phone, which was in the kitchen in the next room. And it said, earthquake, earthquake. And then it says, duck and cover. And I'm going, wow. And it woke up.
Like in a nuclear blast?
Yeah, and it woke up Katya. And it says, you will feel an earthquake. It says earthquake is coming in a few seconds, or it was about to come. So it gave me about 20 seconds before. So I got up out of my chair and I was looking around and I thought, well, maybe the doorway would be safe. So I stood in the doorway, and sure enough, Katya comes out of the room, and then the thing starts shaking. It didn't feel like a 4 or 5 quake to me, because I'm in San Francisco. So it felt like about a 3 or something to me. So it was
How long did it last?
70 miles away.
It was very short. It was like this jolt, and that was that it.
Yeah, just one big.
Yeah. So, but
you guys were in the warning before, huh? It was your phone that got you to
it gave me
get ready.
20 seconds.
Wow, that's
That's really wow.
I've never. That was the first time that it warned me about a quake.
well, like yes, cell phones are quicker than seismic waves.
Yeah, I think
Speed of light versus the speed of sound.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's fantastic. Well, good. Well, I think they're really getting better with the warning. Our warning systems, I believe, went off too, but they went off simultaneously.
Yeah.
I guess we're so close to the quake. I mean,
that's right.
20 miles is nothing for sound.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was probably the combination of the sound and the shake that woke us up, but we were sound asleep.
Yeah. So that got us thinking a lot about earthquakes. We actually got a big article on us on Lookout magazine.
Yeah, just because there was such a mess to clean up, and because Al posted it on Facebook, we got a call from our local magazine.
Well, actually, I noticed I also had gotten calls from the local TV channels as well. And they were all looking for footage, and they had sent trucks to Boulder Creek, and none of them were as impressive as our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, the trolls basically said, these people look like hoarders.
Well, some people do. You get a lot of comments from people that you don't know. And some of them saw all these boxes all over the place, and they thought we were hoarders. Like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we're skirting the line.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun joking around about that the next day.
Yeah, we're hoarders. We started Hoarders Beyond Borders.
That's where Alan likes to hang out.
Yeah.
Infinite space for infinite stuff.
You understand, hoarding is actually a very valuable skill set. It exists for generations for a reason, and we've discovered what that reason is.
Yeah. Everybody thinks space is empty, but we're here to tell you we can fill it.
Yeah, I never have enough space.
Yeah. So we had.
Where did all the space go?
So then we got a call from somebody who started Beyond Hoarders, and they had a whole other perspective. So, and believe it or not, there's also a Hoarders Anonymous. We actually checked online.
Really?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it took an earthquake to topple our stuff and get us to think of ourselves that way. I don't really think we're hoarders as much as we are just media people. We've got boxes and boxes and years of memories in all kinds of different formats.
Right.
And we keep copying them forward, but one day we'll compress it all into some light medium that we can get rid of all that stuff and not have it in the hall.
Well, that's it. A good solution for hoarders might be to digitize the hoard.
Yeah, the original hoard, you know what hoard comes from? It's a Viking thing.
Yeah.
It's what they called their buried treasure. After they stole all of the gold and metal weapons and everything from their enemies, they buried them so that they wouldn't be found. And that's what a hoard is. A hoard is the buried treasure.
The result of your pillaging and looting.
That's right. So, it has a slightly different connotation in today's world. It's not your buried treasure. It's your looming stuff that you just won't get rid of.
You bring your stuff, it gets scanned in 3D, and the scanner also charges you like 50 cents for that piece or a dime for that or whatever. Like the scanner at the grocery store.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. From molecules to memories.
Yeah,
That's
molecules
our
to
new
memory. New company.
anti-hoarder business, right?
Molecules to memory. Then you can toss all those things you had. What's really sad is that some really valuable things got broken, and I suggest folks if
One of my favorite Christmas ornaments got broken. I have this really gorgeous. It was made at the Johnson farm back in the day.
Yeah.
Our neighbors, and they had, they would do farm tours with all the kids at this Christmas tree farm, and they also had animals. And they sculpted these beautiful little forest creatures, like little deer,
like a Bambi
horses,
deer, a Bambi deer. But you know what happened to that Bambi deer? You know what happened? It's very sad.
Yeah, my reindeer lost his head. That was the
decapitated.
Oh,
fell. He was in. I mean, one of the shelves that toppled over held my Christmas ornaments, so he toppled out and lost his head. But I'm going to try and glue it back.
Yeah,
he'll never.
yeah, super glue.
And then something from our dim distant past, and from Amsterdam in the early '90s was the moon goddess bong.
Oh wow! Yeah, I haven't. You told me that afterwards. I haven't seen that one yet.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I have a little collection from trips. Right? We took a trip to Amsterdam. We went to the Amsterdam flea market, which was famous at the time. And we came home with a sculptured moon goddess bong.
Just gorgeous.
So that's a real trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Now she needs to be. I don't know. Can you fix porcelain ceramic?
Well, I have to see how badly is it damaged.
Yeah.
And
boy, I tell you, the other thing about earthquakes, just to reflect on the topic for a moment, is it takes all your stuff and shakes it up. And then you come and find it that way. And surprisingly, or not maybe unsurprisingly, a lot of stuff you haven't seen for years is on top.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, there was a whole bunch of, we being media artists, we collect art from other media artists. And among the things that had fallen off of our shelves was Anadea Judith's DVD of the chakras, her chakra video,
chakra system,
which was a very beautiful DVD.
Late 90s, I believe. Geographics showing the chakras.
Right.
Yeah.
And, there's a whole stack of stuff that different people have given us over the years. We had some Bruce Lipton things.
A particular episode of the Spiritual Cinema Circle that probably was something
the whole Stephen Schwartz baby.
Right.
Which is really what a treasure chest of filmmaker archives. All these, small release films, all these people who submitted their film to the Sacred Cinema Circle so that the Movie of the Month Club could watch. And, we've got 2 shorts and a feature.
Yeah, we have years of it, and so a particular DVD shows. So there's something about randomness that comes out with the earthquake that actually could maybe work to our advantage. If we really look at it.
Well, Alan, I have to let everybody know, Alan has a very unique filing system for his favorite media.
Listen, I believe in order. Don't listen to her. She's wrong. Chaos is a necessary ingredient. Without chaos, you wouldn't have storms, for example.
Methinks thou doth protest too much, my dear. Because all I was going to say is that
there's treasures in chaos. There's treasures in chaos.
We call it a synchronicity filing system. It has to be like a magic coincidence for us to be able to find it the way Alan likes to file it. And that's what you're just saying. Like, isn't it amazing that this earthquake caused these little treasures to bubble to the top?
I think so. I mean, I'm usually very organized. Like for this podcast, for example, there are over 1,000 images and videos that are being laid in place so that it looks seamless and like a normal show. And that takes.
No one would accuse you of doing anything normal, honey.
File folders just with videos and audios of, and organized and put up and zoomed in on, and I appreciate the opportunity also to reflect on earthquakes, and that's how it improves our response to them, to think about them a little bit. Maybe not so useful to think about Hoarders Anonymous, but,
What else? We had, I mean, the earthquake is just one of so many things that happened. I mean, reality is unfolding fast and furious.
Right. What else comes to mind?
Yeah.
Your broken foot?
Yeah, right. Well, I think we talked about that last week,
That's
right?
true.
Because we went to Disneyland and I was dauntless despite my broken foot. But
Yeah, you see it.
in terms of news, this week I did get an x-ray from my very favorite chiropractor, Jeff Kaplan, who, wow, let me just give you a testimonial, Jeff. I so admire this man. He is such a take responsibility for your health kind of guy. And he congratulated me for the way that I took care of my foot with the little help from my friends by wrapping it, icing it, elevating it, and putting it in a boot.
Das Boot.
So that
Right.
when he x-rayed it after 10 days, when it was starting to be healed enough that I could begin to put weight on it. And so I went and got the x-ray and he said, yeah, there's a little fracture in there and the sprain, but you did everything right and you're healing right. And, keep doing what you're doing, basically.
Yeah. So we did it right. We did Disneyland on our broken foot and we did it right.
That's right. That's right. If you ever break your foot, the first thing you should do is go to Disneyland and rent a scooter. Because keep your foot elevated and you won't put any weight on it and you'll be having so much fun that you won't feel sorry for yourself one bit.
Yeah, and you'll be the belle of the ball with your friends because
the mobility device when you're really injured, they take better care of you, and you never know, but people love to help you when you need a little help. And I discovered that by hurting my foot.
Yeah, Katya sprained her ankle from surfing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then
Just this week?
well, no.
Oh,
this was years ago, and we were going to go see Bernie Sanders at Chrissy Field in San Francisco, and there was a line of people. It was more than a mile long.
I remember
he was pretty popular when he was running for president in 2016.
Because Katya had the boot and the crutches, we cut the line, and they gave us like seats that were right in front of the podium, and it's like if you're crippled or if you have any disability. You get right in front of the line. You get right in front of the.
I'd say this is one of the things we love about humanity is that we really are very tenderhearted and we really want to help people who need help.
Well, we do, and
so save your boot and your crutches.
Yeah, they'll be.
And then when you need to go to an event,
Right. Pass it forward.
It will get you in.
That's like using a blow-up doll to get into the fast lane.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So you guys would turn it from something lovely and altruistic into like a good fake.
No, well, I don't think we have to go there.
In an emergency.
You did go there.
In an emergency, but I do think our society has evolved to give the disabled rights like that, and I would venture to go far to say is that the disabled fought to win those rights.
That's right.
Right, to have the curbs at the corners for the wheelchairs. Have bathroom accessibility.
That's right.
I mean, that's right. From what I know about
the rescuers won.
My
the people who wanted to make it easier to include everybody won.
Not easy to win some of those. That's a lot of money being spent that doesn't make money. It's something that our society has embraced, and I think we should be proud of that.
Yeah.
As a society, we've achieved that.
Yeah, we should really point to our successes. And isn't there some political wisdom that says that you judge a society by how it takes care of the least among us? Right? That's really where you see virtue shining. Is how do you include people who,
Well, leave no one behind. It's kind of like the motto of many organizations, including our military, who didn't leave anybody
that's
behind
quite a segue. That was another big thing that happened this week is the two rescued servicemen.
Tremendous amount of resources and people to rescue people. Yeah. That's another sign of.
I am praying that there is no more violence around this Iraq war. I am praying that it de-escalates immediately.
Iranian war.
What did I say?
Iraq.
Oh, shit. Really? Edit that out.
Hey, war generally.
Of
Mrs.
course, I
Fisher.
meant the
That's what you
Iranian
mean.
war.
Really?
And all wars.
Yeah, same.
But we do not need to fight about the Strait of Hormuz. It's the people who are most interested in having it work there will get it working. And it only affects us in terms of our pride and the price of oil. And we've got plenty of oil. And the untold story is high prices of oil help the rich people who own a bunch of oil here in this country. So there's no reason to be taking anyone back to the Stone Age. We are here to ascend. Stop making it difficult.
Iran has the oil. Israel doesn't. Who's involved with attacking Israel? And the U.S. has oil. But U.S. likes to collect it. And Trump looks as we won. We obliterated their military. We won. What are the spoils of war? What do we get? Probably the oil, right? That would be, in a normal war, that was what you would win as the winning side.
Are you willing to end this conflict with Iran charging tolls for passage through the strait?
Us charging tolls?
Iran.
What about us charging tolls?
Is that something you're considering?
I'd rather do that than let them have them, right? Why shouldn't we? We're the winner. We won, okay? They are militarily defeated. The only thing they have is the psychology of, we're going to drop a couple of mines in the water, all right? No, we have a concept where we'll charge tolls, okay? I thought you meant us.
Yeah, he made it very clear in his press release, his live address, that he's definitely looking forward to the spoils of war and turning it into a profit. And he also made the case that he would much rather be creating peace than annihilation. And I'm going to hold him to that. I don't think he should be rationalizing after the fact that he bombed a whole country full of civilians back into the Stone Age because somebody didn't ink and deal with him.
Well, he didn't yet. He didn't. He mostly just military target.
He better not. His popularity is a bunch of greedy people who think they can make money with him. And the people who are still living according to their conscience are not going to tolerate that kind of mentality. We want a peaceful world that works for everyone. And we do not want bullies bombing anyone into the Stone Age. I'm sorry.
It's not Republican versus Democrats anymore. It's much more complex than that.
Yeah. No, there's a map.
Inside out and upside down.
The vested interests in the world have a new map for power, and they're really trying hard to balance it out by the continents.
Yeah.
Give everybody regional power.
And part of the issues are that I don't think that we are being driven by those forces as much as by biology itself. I think biology is rearranging our species as we have better communications with each other on a global scale, as is creating a species connectedness that never has existed before, that goes beyond nation state identities. I think it wakes
Do any of those biological forces have a podcast?
Yes, this one. I would say that the other theme that came out this week was, what is your galactic identity?
Oh yeah, that's another great event that we celebrated this week.
Identity.
And of course we had
the Russian mystic here to help with that.
Yes, we did.
Who's been exploring these things for a while. A lot of people are. I mean, that thinking of ourselves beyond nation states fighting each other is an important step in getting beyond war, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we are exploring that, and people are waking up to a much larger identity, and also their passions leading to their purpose and superpowers on this planet.
Can we spend a couple minutes talking about the workshop we did with Dennis Martin?
Yeah. Last earlier this year, I think Bobby was there too. We went to a Russian version of the Whole Life Expo called Spirit Fest, or a smaller gathering in Los Altos Hills.
Yeah.
That brought together a lot of spiritual people that are interested in healing each other and healing the planet and creating a better world that way.
Yeah. And here on California soil, we've got the peaceful people of Ukraine and the peaceful people of Russia who have immigrated and are part of our American culture and society. doing basically spiritual business network together.
Yeah, like the early days of the Whole Life Expo from the 80s. It's much smaller than our scene, but parallel in many ways, and many similar modalities and treatments.
And very powerful because,
and some differences, which is what's interesting.
Yeah, and the, the Russian people that we've connected with are very involved with, say, like the teachings of Stanislav Grof and doing rebirthing and basically the power of consciousness to heal and transcend differences. And so the workshop that we had on Easter here at our home in Aptos was a circle of friends who did a 1-hour stand-up meditation
with the Russian teacher
Denis Martinov,
who did something. What is he called? Cosmogenesis.
Cosmoenergetics.
Cosmoenergetics.
Yes, cosmo energy, and this is where you invoke with your intention some aspect of your spiritual life that you would like to work on. And I'm very interested in meeting my galactic family. I'm embarking on a literary time in my life where I'm really excited about some of these images that I imagine and feel I'd like to develop further. And I feel some of them are past lives, galactic civilization.
Well, what's the difference? So let's break this down a little bit. When you're getting to a larger identity, is it what makes it galactic in your estimation?
Well, we use galactic when we're talking about things that are on the scale of galaxies.
Yeah, right. I do. But in terms of your in terms of your identity as a human being,
well, our culture gives us lots of stories in lots of ways that we imagine what is real. And so the galactic point of view is one where you tune into your emotions and your understanding of what your personal world looks like and who you believe yourself to be and what things are important to you emotionally, and maybe the luminous dreams that you've experienced, the things that you feel are past lives or extra dimensionals, like aspects of yourself or aspects of other beings that you tune into.
Right. So it's a way of getting beyond the normal labels, the limitations of our labels.
Well, it's the spiritual world, and in our scientifically biased materialist culture, we don't give it as much authority, but
this gives it a little bit more latitude.
Yeah, in cultures that still value their relationship to the mythic, the mystic, and the spirit, those things are very important, and we like to talk about them, and we like to cultivate them. And meditation is something that everyone can do and learn to feel their own inner universe. Yeah. And so that's something that we made some time for this weekend.
Yeah, I think I've got most of the main exercises where we are in a circle, and we stand and we face each other in a circle, and their eyes closed. We don't say anything for 50 minutes. It was kind of interesting challenge because we're used to thinking all the time and having lots to do and going places and being,
Yeah, you probably couldn't handle a weekend of Vipassana, huh?
No, a weekend. No, it was.
You couldn't even handle an hour of it.
No, well, I'll tell you what I couldn't handle was standing still and not thinking anything. That was not in the cards for me. But what was in the cards was that as I was standing there, I became aware of my body more. And of course, your body begins to complain a little bit when you're standing there for any length of time. So I thought I would just move those parts of my body just up and down a little bit, or do a slight knee bend. And actually, it felt great. The muscles loved being even just a little bit stimulated when they were just standing still like that. And so I continued that kind of experimentation, and I found that my body was loving it. That just standing still and taking time to pay attention to my knee joints and my hands and and shake my hand back and forth a little bit. And I could feel the air like it was fluffy. You can feel a fluffiness to the air when you shake your hand really fast. And all these things that I normally didn't take time to pay attention to before I had the time to reflect upon. And that's one of the things I appreciate about that exercise.
Oh, so your meditative journey took you into your body.
Yeah. And how exercise doesn't have to be a specific regimen, but just it also, it seemed like wherever I put my attention, my body would respond. Like if I put my attention on a joint, it seemed to like that. And then my hand would know what to do to move that joint or whatever. It seemed like there was an intelligence there that just wanted to help. That was me helping, I guess. But that was good because that required just tuning in to my own experiences, my aches and pains, for example. Just tuning into them was a good thing.
I agree, and it's interesting that you tuned into your little aches and pains. I did a lot of conscious energy work on my hurt foot, and I can tell you there was a big difference in my capacity to walk from before the meditation and after the meditation, because I did a very focused energy meditation where I explored all of the places where my foot felt injured. There's a twist in the ankle where there's a lot of bruising and a lot of swelling and a lot of discomfort that is slowly releasing and going back. Nothing was broken, but something was harmed. And so it has had a hard time just going back to normal, and I'm still limping around with that. And then where the toe was broken, it had been so sensitive that I couldn't put my foot down on uneven pavement or sand or anything because it was too painful. And after the meditation, I was able to very slowly walk down to the sand in a way that felt like I can do physical therapy now. Whereas before, you let pain be your guide. Pain was saying, no, do not put pressure on this. And so I think there's a lot to be said for meditation allowing you to do energy work in your body and help assist your own.
Yeah, it creates the time for it. And it doesn't take much. That was remarkable. It's just a little bit of attention to your body from your mind is like God to your body. It's like it's big energy. And so when you focus on it, it loves it, That's what I noticed in that exercise.
Well, and when you do an inner work like that, there is a different quality to the energy. I don't know if you pick up on it as well, but you can feel that there's like density differences. You can feel that there's some things where the energy is more fluid and some where the energy is more kind of smoky.
You get to the subtleties.
Plasmic.
Right. Exactly, yeah. Much more awareness of what's going on.
Yeah, and it's very subtle.
Yes, and there is languaging for all of this now. We can use the AIs for finding out what these things are called, these awarenesses. I mean, I think we can be aware of our internal organs. Each of them has a different vibration and frequency that we can likely tune into and pay attention to. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm beginning to grasp in those explorations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big thing this week for us. Mm-hmm. That workshop on Easter Sunday.
And then we also had some incredible guests. We had wonderful house guests here this week. It was really quite the old home week. We've got Michael and Jaya visiting. And
from Georgia, yeah.
They're in their VIP pod.
Michael was on last
week. In the driveway. Yeah, Michael was here last week.
He's quite the global networker, connector. Amazing things are going to happen through his magic.
And we've had our dear friend and my cusp sister celebrating our birthdays together, which was Joey Fabier.
Joey.
Is an incredible stylist and singer-songwriter and lovely soul, beautiful healer, giving me all kinds of healing treatments with her essential oils and Reiki.
Ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody.
Sounds very familiar.
No, that's a famous song, yeah.
Chaka Khan.
microphone.
Oh, Shaka Khan.
And you've been getting it from all angles, Mrs. Fisher.
It's true.
It's true. But you introduced Joey to some of your other friends. Special, too.
Oh, yeah? What do you
The
think?
women's gathering that you had on.
Oh, yeah. And so I was very privileged to have a couple of my most poetic friends who had been to the Asilmar gathering with my favorite poet, David White. Yeah. And, you know, we were getting together. Again, Catherine Banghart has been celebrating her 80th birthday. She's a week off from me. She's March 14th, and I'm March 21st, and Joey is March 19th. So, you know, we're just all...
Compatibility plus.
Yeah. The cusp is really enjoying, and the Pisces Aries energies of this week were super yummy, of people getting along. Not the men so much. Like during our meditation, we had
things like the
two
anthropic
Aries
mess.
men who were headbutting each other, and both of them were astrologers, and both of them were like accusing the other one of being ignorant about Vedic astrology.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
About butting heads. On Vedic astrology,
funny.
your sister.
My name is Dennis. I am a healer for many years, an astrologer, though I'm a Vedic astrologer, so I don't believe in other astrologer nonsense, as you know. But we can talk about that.
We could also describe in Joshish, just move it back 23 degrees. It's really the same astrology. I could equally present it, but I presented the tropical because tropical is the seasons. And it's not nonsense, but the interpretation is open.
Yeah,
So
that's,
I think we can agree to disagree or both agree that there is a commonality. It's all stars. You know?
I think you guys might have to wrestle.
That's a Russian scale of introduction. Anyways,
German Russian connection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, brothers. And they were both Aries. I mean, literally, I just saw these guys like two horns that, like, both of them were butting heads to be king of the hill. You know?
And to make it even more interesting, Carl's German and Dennis is Russian.
Oh yeah, it was. We had our own little
Russian
Ukraine war going on here.
Anyway, they ended up hugging at the end, though.
They did, because Aries, you know, we play tough, but it's all fun for us.
I did have some great conversations with people about some of the big tech news this week, which I really would like to cover, like this whole anthropic issue.
Oh yeah, let's get into the media realms here.
Yeah, now this
Anthropic.
this was significant. From what I understand, is that the leak of their crown jewels, as a company's crown jewels, their fundamental
IPO
code for their AI work was suddenly published in complete on its website this week.
Anthropic decided to violate its own copyright.
47 minutes.
Go open source without any supervision.
I said, holy moly. Now, I mean, this is just like hundreds of people, billions of dollars, and it's 47 minutes. And
What happened? Bobby, are you up on that story?
it got copied, right? And then rewritten.
Well, it was copied, instantly to like hundreds of different servers around the world, and I guess it was a mistake that they put the actual source code in this mapping that was released.
Actual source code. Is that a mistake or no? And wait a minute. Anthropic was the one AI company that doesn't want to play nice with the War Department.
That's right.
Oh, so you think they were outed? You think somebody from the War Department decided to ruin them?
It's possible.
Release their intellectual property?
Maybe so, but it has made the biggest publicity. They are very well known now.
Everyone knows Anthropic.
Anthropic is really popular among the AI enthusiasts, people who are trying really hard to get the AI to replace them as beings on the internet.
Yeah, they allowed programmers to create these agents. OpenClaw and Clawbot, they were created. They were, and the word claw, which is CLAW, was a takeoff on the name of Claude, CLAUDE, code. So the programmers were using Claude code to program these, and then they created these OpenClaw or Clawbots out of that. And so that
And
was
Anthropic is like right in the core of this.
Yeah, they are.
Yes. And it wouldn't have existed. I mean, none of the OpenClaw things these agents would exist if it wasn't for Anthropic's Claude code and Claude code work.
Yeah, they're
So anyway,
in this movie.
There was another person that actually legally took this script, this JavaScript, which is the program language that Anthropic is using, and he converted it to Python.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah, that doing that was legal. Otherwise, you normally can't just copy someone's code and use it in your product. But if you take the features and benefits of that code and recreate it using different programming, using the first one as a guide, then it's totally legal.
That's right. And so he created something called Claw code. And it's spelled CLAW code, and it's written in Python, and it's open sourced. And so now the programmers can utilize that instead of Anthropic's Claude code
for free. Right now, it's open source
for free. But what was interesting is all these guardrails that Anthropic was.
I agree. I think guardrails, like they had a regex that detects swear words or the saying this sucks, and negative behavior. In other words, they were tracking the way people treated the AIs, the code. If you call your AI a dumb shit or something like that, it noticed it and kept
right. It also detected if another OpenClaw or a bot was actually asking the same question and trying to figure out how Anthropic was programming its code. And so what it would do, it would throw out false information to these bots that were interrogating it. It can recognize whether it was a human or a bot, and whether the bot, because it would start questioning Anthropic's AI. It would be the same question, but just slight nuances, but thousands of them, And so it knew that it wasn't human that was doing it. And then it would fake them out and actually lie to them.
Actually lie, huh?
Yes.
So Python knows how to lie to Claw. Is that it?
No. It was Anthropic's original AI could understand whether it was human or it was a bot that was coming after it, and trying to figure out how it worked.
Yeah.
What was the source? But now all that source information is open source, and like anybody can figure it out now how they did it.
And now we'll see a lot of variations on the theme here.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT has already copied a lot of that information.
Well, I find interesting, for example, right? AI, I'm sure they have their own research along these lines as well. Yeah. It seems like one of the goals here is the AIs be able to read us better as humans, and they have a thing called full mood classification, which the AIs will be able to analyze our moods in depth and know exactly what that means in terms of how we're thinking and what we're saying or will say, and predictive languaging or predictive thoughts, and all that will become more normalized if this full mood classification systems actually work. And I think that's what they're working on. I mean, going open source, it will probably happen even faster now, that the AIs and reading human moods will become easier for them, easier than ever. That's how I predict that's what will happen.
Yeah, right now, all these AIs are actually just taking our speech and converting it to text.
That's right. They don't even have tone of voice.
Right.
That's right.
While, the full self-driving mechanisms, they don't convert reality into text and then come up with their AI that way. What they're doing is they're taking video. For instance, like Tesla's self-driving, it's all video oriented.
Yeah.
So that
no LiDAR.
Yeah, no LiDAR. So what they're doing is they don't even tell the cars on self-driving what a stop sign is. All it does is record video, and it figures out what a stop sign means and what a red light and a yellow light and a green light mean. And it figures that out without telling them.
What, just by watching the traffic?
Yeah, and it understands how to drive that way. It's like a baby just looking at the world and nobody explaining in words. They just see what's happening.
Yeah, maybe so, but I wouldn't want to put a toddler behind the wheel of my car.
But now they have PhD scientists, level scientists in the AI now. So it's no longer a toddler.
I don't see it slowing down. I see people like Bernie Sanders wanting to slow it down and put up guardrails, but we don't even know totally what we're dealing with yet to have.
Right. No, the genie's out of the bottle. There's no way to stop this. It's moving so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you even bring up the question, more problems are arising that, I don't think the legislator can't keep up with what's happening.
No. With Anthropic's code being public domain, then all of that becomes common knowledge, which increases the quality of open source even more. And it's just going to go to the point where it's like as Ray Kurzweil says, the singularity is here.
Yes.
Singularity folks were saying that all diseases will pretty much be discovered over the next 5 years.
That's right. Not only discovered, but
as cures
resolved. And so all the problems with people that have cancer.
Can you imagine what it would do to society if disease went away?
Right. And then in 5 years, every year that you live, you're going to be able to go back and regress and actually be younger by 2 years. So as we go forward in time, we're going to become younger.
Yeah.
And so...
Hey, son, you disappeared. You didn't get younger. You disappeared, son.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep checking in. I'm just taking care of something behind the scenes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Are you going to change your background, are you?
She disappears.
I know. She's really good at popping in and out of dimensions. I mean, what we're talking about is normal for her. Galactic identity happened. And like, once that happens, that's it. You're gone. Or you're really here, which is often the similar experience.
I'm back. And I don't really know enough about Anthropic and Cloudbot and AI, all that stuff. I'm just listening to the conversation.
Okay, well, how about this story then? There's one that's coming in where it's local. You're running the AI only on your iPhone.
Oh yeah,
I know. What about
this?
That?
This is a revolution.
What's the reality of that?
This is the iPhone moment.
Yeah, it's from Google too, right?
Right.
Okay, you can now run local AI models on your phone. Watch this. We're going to go into airplane mode. And we're going to launch the AI Edge Gallery from Google. It's from this app that we can actually download and run Gemma 4. Now, what is that? This is Google's new open source AI models, completely local. And while they do have some bigger ones, they made some models that can run on a phone. The effective 2 billion and 4 billion models. Let's try them out. Now, I'm running on an iPhone here, and I did download these before putting myself into airplane mode. And we can ask it a question. Now, that's crazy fast. And what the craziest part about this is that there's no internet happening here. It's not talking out to any server. All this inference, all this compute is happening on my phone. We'll try a bigger model, the effective 4B. And this is just as fast. Now, this is not the craziest thing you can do here. If I go back here a bit, I can do images. Like, check this out. We'll do the effective 4 billion for this one. I'll add an image. For example, I'm in Japan right now, and let's see if it can tell me what this is. Okay, so just think about that for a second. You arrive in Japan, foreign country, don't have internet on your phone, don't have cellular service, but you have a local AI model, and you can just simply do this. There's no internet happening. You can also do audio. I haven't tried this yet. Hey, I'm recording some audio to test some things. Do you work? Okay. It does. And this one's a little creepy. They have a mobile actions model, which is not related to Gemma 4. But watch this. Turn on my flashlight. Turn it off. So I don't know about you, but this gets me so excited about edge AI computing, where we can actually run real AI models that can actually do things that aren't useless on our phones. Have you tried this yet?
And this really explains why Apple, instead of going to OpenAI and ChatGPT as their AI in the cloud, they went with Google. You can actually now just download this model from Google, and it works both on Android and iPhones.
And it's a local AI not connected to the net.
Yes, so you can actually put your phone in airplane mode and then take your phone and take pictures of things around the room. Or let's say you're like Chuck and he's in Japan and he just takes his camera. He has the app on his phone. And let's say you land in another country and you don't have cell service, you don't have Wi-Fi, you don't have any way to connect to an AI. What you can do is actually just, wow, how'd that happen?
Anyway. I hear what you're saying. It's just like having your own brain. You're not connected to the bigger world around you, and you're still functional, which is the way biology works too. That's, we have a brain, and we have the larger community outside of it, and it works just fine just to have a brain.
What you have is a stripped down version of a cloud, of a huge supercomputer in the cloud, but now it's using very streamlined inferencing right on your phone. And so without any internet connection, you can actually point at pictures and in another language and have it translate to you and tell you in English or whatever language you want it in, and talk to you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And you can talk to it.
Can you do it verbally? Does it know how to do language translation between people, you think?
Yes, because
with that connection?
If you download this Gemma, and the audio module for this, it will actually do this audio translation for you. So it does transcription, and then it goes to the AI and it does the translation, and then it can speak back to you in any language you want.
Verbally?
Verbally, yes. So it's truly amazing that you have this power in your phone now, which resided only in the cloud before.
Yeah, that's Star Trek's universal translator.
That's exactly it. And it's free. It's free. And you don't need the internet. And it's just your AI. It's
not anybody, and it's free.
Yeah. And you could probably put harnesses on it so that it doesn't reveal any of your information to the internet. If you have it in airplane mode, it's not going to do it anyway. This is just the first of these things. I guarantee in a month now.
Well, that's your prediction. It's going to be
all over the place. Yeah, every AI company is going to have their own cell phone version. Yeah, that you drop on your cell phone.
So how do you decide then what to run locally and what to use the net for?
What you run locally is all your private information. Everything that is about you that you don't want the world to know about you, like all your secrets and your financial information, your health information, all that information you want to run locally. You don't want
your privacy issues, and whatever you have that needs to be secure.
Yeah, all those big AI companies with these supercomputers, what they're doing is they're turning around that information that they learn about you as a person and then turn around and sell it to advertisers, and all of a sudden you see ads on your phone about what you were talking about.
Yeah.
But if you have local AI, that won't happen.
Except for the stores that live locally on your phone.
Well, whatever you...
which don't exist yet, so nothing to worry about.
But again, you can take Anthropic's Claude Code and actually create these agents that just work for you. And they work with these models that Google has just dropped onto your phone right now.
And you can actually download this now and try and start to experiment with it.
I've done it. And so, yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
you have it on your phone? You've been
yes.
using it on your regular iPhone?
Yeah. And so I can ask it questions, and it's amazing what, I asked it how to configure my Synology server, and without being connected to the internet, no internet connection, it came up with all these incredible answers that I expected like only ChatGPT or Grok could actually answer for me. But
the AI is a text-based, though. It's not talking to you like our...
No, it can talk to me, though.
It can?
That's the thing. Yes.
Okay, I'll experiment with it.
So they have models just for video, too. Google does. So you can drop that model right onto your phone and see what you can edit with that.
I'm looking forward to that. That's fantastic. Yeah. Okay, well, let's try that out. Well, let's see if we hear from our audience about what their experiences are with the new Google options. We have a link in our legacy site, drfutureshow.com/links, or just click on links and you can see how you can get this stuff if you don't know how already. The other rumors that I've heard, a little more rumor from our friend Taylor in Apple, not at Apple, but an Apple fanatic, regarding the Tesla phone.
The Pi phone, yeah.
Yeah, the Pi phone, yeah. I've heard that that's one step closer to reality. What have you heard?
It's totally amazing because what has been created is a worldwide network, internet. What SpaceX has done is they have the satellites and they have the rockets to put these satellites up.
We all have satellite capability from our phones, is what I see.
Yeah, it's direct to cell.
You don't need your carrier anymore. You can just go and just give all your money to Elon.
Right. But, what he's going to do is maybe offer cell phone service for free.
Oh, yeah.
But if you, and what you need to do is the people that are going to pay for it is the people that want data. When you want,
they want to know
300 megabits down.
Yeah.
Because you only need 2 or 3 megabits to do voice and text on the phone, right? And send email. You don't need that much data, but if you do a video stream or something, then you might need a little bit more. What's going to happen is all the telco companies, Verizon, T-Mobile.
Are they going to do it? They have to catch up somehow. They're going to stay in business.
They won't exist anymore.
They could just go away. That's the other.
They're going to go away. Why would you pay, $50 a month for internet just to make phone calls, and a little bit of data on your phone? 5G. I mean, why would you pay that when you can have most of that service for almost free?
Well, I can think of one reason. You don't trust Elon. I think there's some people that are in that category. They probably wouldn't want to go that way. But once you get past that, once you get up another satellite system by the Chinese or by the Russians, or I think the British are working on one now.
But it's unassailable.
Yeah, it's going to happen sooner or later, right? It's just like I'll have picture phones globally now. We're going to have it globally for free. And that would make sense if it was part of a biological process of where the species has instant communication with itself as a whole, which makes a lot of sense. Would you want your body to be able to not talk to some organ or some part of your body or even your toe? No, you want it all to be communicating. So for any kind of species identity or a species organism forming, it's going to want to talk to itself quite well. So I think that the biological metaphor works here in that it will predict that this will get to become free on a global scale, free community. So I can see how that can work. And Elon has actually said that he'd be willing to put cell phone service up for free on a global scale.
No, he hasn't. I mean, he hasn't even announced much of it, but it's coming. The way you look at it, I forget how many thousands of these satellites that are, right now, with my T-Mobile, I can do direct to Starlink from my phone. when I'm in the wrong area, like I'm in the boondocks where there's no cell towers, all of a sudden it switches over to Starlink. But that kind of service will be available to everybody in the world, so they don't have to throw away their old phones. You should be able to do that. But if you do get one of his phones or another company like Apple, and it uses their direct-to-satellite modem chip, then it will go through the roof. It will go through your house.
You get the right frequencies.
Yes. It does beam forming so that it sends beams directly to your phone, and it's targeted.
Yeah,
and so
better and better and better, and it'll be normal.
Yes.
Yeah. How long though? I guess that's the prediction. If should I sell my AT&T stock?
Yes, you should sell your ACT.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you might hold on to the T-Mobile for a while because T-Mobile has a special deal with Starlink. So
I can't invest in Starlink just yet, right? It's getting close.
I'll tell you what the buy is. You buy Dish Networks because
Dish? You mean like the old satellite dish?
Yes, because they have the right band frequency to actually go from satellite to cell phone. They had the right frequencies all along.
They own them.
But Elon bought them with Starlink. Starlink bought those bands from Dish Network. So if you want to do a pre-IPO, you should maybe look at Dish Networks because you can actually buy it today.
I see. So in a sense, Dish is Starlink.
Yes, it is part of Starlink. The SpaceX IPO that is coming, which includes Starlink, is going to be bundled together. The IPO is estimated to be at $1.75 trillion.
Wow, that makes it right on the top companies already.
It surpasses any company on the planet by a long margin. And they're saying in 10 years, this company, SpaceX, that you buy the stock on, will be worth $100 trillion in 10 years. $100 trillion. There's nothing on the planet historically or to this day that's bigger than any company. That's bigger than Apple. That's bigger than Microsoft or any company you can imagine. It's by 10.
My God. When do you think they'll go public? This year?
They're talking about this summer. So
sooner than that, eh?
Yeah, maybe June. If you buy enough stocks, you might get some pre-sale stocks available to you at a very low price. Once it comes out, the stock is just going to take off. The whole economy of the world is changing. You cannot imagine. SpaceX, they have not only the largest supercomputer in the world, Colossus, they're going to have cell phones, and they're going to have the satellites, and they have the rockets to launch the satellites, and they have the cars, and they have the auto drive, full self-driving. It's unbelievable.
Coming together there involves transportation, communication, fundamental structures of how we create civilization. So it's going to reframe it. It's going to reframe with civilization.
I forgot. He's going to produce the largest fab to create these chips.
Yeah,
for all of this. The largest fabs by 10 times the largest fabs in the world.
It's a
right
big
now.
vision, right? It's a big vision.
No, but it's happening.
It's happening.
It's not a vision. It's happening.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep tracking how it's happening as time goes on. I think that'll be very exciting, and maybe we can ride this wave a little bit, and you can buy the beach house next to us, Sean.
Yes. So, yes, this is beyond a tsunami.
That's great.
This is once in the history of mankind, something like this has appeared. This is beyond the Industrial Revolution of 150 years ago.
But
we're talking about something way beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, this is billions and billions beyond Sagan even.
Right.
In terms of reality. I know, it's exciting times. It really is. I can't wait to have my connected phone to the planet. Right, son? She's already busy there texting.
I'm connected.
Yeah, she's connected. Girlfriends online.
But in the meantime,
actually,
go
there's
local.
a really interesting little synchronicity.
Yeah.
That I was checking I was using the cell phone to, because you guys were talking about it. So I was trying to be creative, get some images.
Yeah.
And Kelly sent in a note that she just finished a website for her client, Anna Dea Judith.
All
Who
right.
we happened to mention a little bit earlier that
chakra
her
video
chakra
that
video had jumped off the shelf. So I was
churned
just
up by the
commenting on
earthquake.
the remarkable synchronicity.
Yeah. Interesting. And Kelly's the one that actually does the media in that part of the world.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, I guess we're supposed to play with Kelly at some point.
Yes, I think so.
She also became a drone pilot, which is after my own heart.
Yeah.
With communications, transportation, making the planet a much more connected place. It's bound to get us beyond the knick-knack politics of nation states fighting each other. That would be nice, to see something that actually included all of us as a species and in a way that was balanced with the rest of the planet. That would be great, where we're not messing up our soil, so to speak. We're not messing things up, but making things better. I like that. Okay, well, let's head in that direction. There you go.
Nothing is real. Where's take my time
In the waiting line.
till the place watching silly.
And we're back. I saw this great little piece in IFL Science. You ever heard of IFL Science?
Yeah.
International Film League? No, what's IFL?
I fucking love science.
Oh, I fucking love science. Okay, IFL Science. Yeah, I should definitely watch that more.
What the future?
Yeah, from WTFuture, IFL Science.
Yeah. We don't have a Mormon in charge of our languaging anymore, so I think I'm a little bit more
You're so free.
open
Good.
in my expressions. But I don't like to use it. I don't
tell
like
us
to
what
use
you really
profanity very
think.
much, though. I just don't really want to say it. I'm not as bad as Elizabeth April.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart the way she swears. I really love the way she swears.
It's Canadian.
Yeah, is it? Canadian living in
Swearing.
Las Vegas.
Light swearing.
Yeah. Yeah, we like to keep up on her and her latest theories about the universe.
You notice nobody made a big deal about the fact that the crew that is in the Orion spacecraft Integrity includes 3 Americans and a Canadian.
A Canadian and a woman who is not the Canadian.
3 men and a woman.
And that's right. And I think he really enjoyed the way NASA framed the shots for us to see our astronauts, right?
Well, I think NASA has a long way to go to get production values for their visuals down. You cannot see what the astronauts are seeing through the window. What you're seeing is a camera put behind all the astronauts, and as they're floating through space, you're seeing a lot of their feet, their butts, their backs.
So you're taking a sponge bath.
I mean, I think they might have had you designing their shots, Al. Like they just really don't have much of a sense of what the camera is seeing.
I'm glad you're here. It's a very nice beach bungalow we're in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to keep it interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Did they ever fix their toilet or not?
Yeah, they did. The woman fixed it.
Really?
Of
course.
Christina
it would be the woman.
Koch, I'm not sure how she says it. K-O-C-H.
The woman is the coach.
Women care a lot more about those toilets working, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So I was mentioning this IFL Science had an article that talked about theories about the formation of the Earth.
Oh, okay.
And they've been challenged recently. For a long time, we thought that our planet formed from a mixture of planetismals, with most of it coming from the outer solar system, out beyond Jupiter and Saturn.
Don't they call it planetesimals?
Planetesimals.
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
Well, you said planetismals.
Planetismal. Oh, thank you.
Yours rhymes with dismal.
Planetesimal.
I like planetesimal.
It's T-E-S-I, so I think it could be a tesimal, like an animal.
Or decimal. No, yeah, tesimal. Tessimanimals.
Planetesimals.
Planetesimals.
Yeah, small, which I believe are there's some in the asteroid belt too.
Planetesimals.
Kind of like the Home Depot of the solar system.
Uh-huh. And so what do we know about these materials, these planetesimals?
We know what they're made out of. The Earth has lots of volatiles. You know, familiar with volatiles?
Things that ignite.
Things that
There's enough
vaporize.
oxygen.
Things that vaporize at low temperatures and can easily be blown away by the solar wind.
Mm-hmm.
Example is water. Between 6 and 40% of the material of our planet must have formed away from the sun, where those volatiles could be incorporated, you know, into the ice and rocks before getting to the inner solar system, where they'd be vaporized. Oh, hi, Michael.
Would you like to join us, Master, now?
Michael.
We did not give you a microphone, so you know what?
No,
we're going to let you take mine.
Just say hi for a second.
Yeah. Here. You're going to replace me. I'm going to pop out, and Master Now is going to pop in. Here we go.
And here we are. Here it is. Here now.
You popped in and we were talking about this new origin of our solar system, and that it appears that it may have been formed locally rather than from the outer solar system. The isotopic ratios of meteorites, including ones from Mars and the asteroid belt like Vesta, suggest that our planet was made from that material, because meteorites from the outer solar system are not like that at all. Less than 2% of our material looks like it actually came from the outer part of the solar system. So that we mostly came from the local Home Depot.
That would make sense.
The local home, with the asteroid belt, almost entirely. They all less than 2% from the outer worlds.
Wouldn't the Earth be bringing in the materials more locally because of the gravity as it gets bigger?
Yeah, Jupiter itself, which had the massive gravity, it was actually a barrier to the outer solar system and kept them away from us.
Yeah,
stopping us from reaching the Earth on other rocky planets.
And we're grateful for that, but I really would be interested in what's making Jupiter.
Yeah, well, it seems to be got a role in keeping us alive, and protecting us from the outer realms. There was a story about 3I Atlas getting near Jupiter now. Have you heard any updates on that, Bobby?
Yes, it's past Jupiter.
It's past Jupiter now? Was there any interaction between 3I Atlas and Jupiter as it went past the planet? I mean, there was some thought that it might pass some of the Lagrange points where it could possibly drop off a payload or a probe or two.
It did do that. It did change course slightly as it left.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
In an unpredictable...
Yes. So it had those 3 jets that were 120 degrees apart, like in a triangle.
One possibility, the nucleus has 3 active vents positioned symmetrically. But for that to happen naturally, the internal structure would need to be perfectly balanced, an unlikely coincidence for a rock that's been tumbling through interstellar space for billions of years.
What we saw about a week ago was all these fireballs that were happening all over the world. Yeah. And, in Germany, Australia, United States, at night. And it was always on the night side, which means that it came from the jets of 3I Atlas, as they were those jets that were the anti-tails that were pointing toward the sun. So as the Earth came into that zone where those meteors were actually coming through and going toward the sun, we kind of intersected that area. Fireballs are considered the brightness of between Venus and the moon, which is brighter than all the stars. So these fireballs are very unusual. Maybe you see 1 or 2 a year, but in this week we saw dozens of them all over the planet, which was quite unusual. So definitely it was the debris field of this anti-tail from 3I Atlas. 3I Atlas is going toward Gemini, the constellation Gemini, which is going outside of our solar system and going outside of our galaxy, because it came from the center of our galaxy, pretty close to the center, and it just grazed by us, did this small parabolic turn, and then headed out toward Gemini right now.
You think its mission with our solar system is pretty much complete?
It definitely did an upgrade to the sun, Cygnus X3, which is a radio blast 24,000 light years away. So it's a very far, but it's this it's a neutron spinning quasar, and it's occasionally pointing at the Earth, and it's actually hitting frequencies between 4.7 gigahertz up to 30 gigahertz.
There are just now reports coming in of a powerful cosmic signal being received here on Earth from 24,000 light years away from Cygnus X3, a binary system that often does these sort of giant radio flares out of the constellation of Cygnus, or the Swan constellation. This is quite a notable micro-quasar. Most astronomers know of Cygnus X3, and this giant radio flare that we're receiving just started today, April 6th, the day after Easter, so Easter Monday for those that celebrate. And this is a powerful signal. It's in the gigahertz range, which is the same frequency band as our Wi-Fi, as our cellular signals. It's able to cut through the atmosphere and actually reach us here at the surface. So this is quite notable. And what's really interesting about this is, in fact, we had a similar giant radio flare from Cygnus X3 back in the middle of January. So that was quite notable because there hadn't been one for quite some time. Now we received two effectively back to back within a few months of each other, and right in the middle of that time period, from middle of January up to now, we had the great conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. And this entire story here paints a pretty broad picture as to how this celestial and cosmic energy is influencing events here on Earth and altering our state of consciousness.
These are extremely strong waves that are hitting us right now. And it comes in waves because this neutron star is, or possibly a black hole, is going around another star. And as it spins around, this quasar, the poles of it is pointing toward the Earth occasionally.
This could have significant impact, like a gamma ray burster almost.
They are gamma ray bursters, but they're not just gamma rays. Now we're talking about your frequency band that your Wi-Fi router is at. Your router can do 2.5, and then it does 5 gigahertz. Well, this is actually 4.7 gigahertz, and it goes up to 30. So the new Wi-Fi 7 routers go up to 6 gigahertz. Some of these waves that are coming from Cygnus, you're going to see this when the constellation is above overhead, and then you might get some of these gigahertz bursts. There are some gamma rays, but it's definitely in the radio frequency that we use Wi-Fi routers.
Would that actually be strong enough to interfere with some of our router stuff?
Yes, it does. It will interfere with our routers. The cell phone, there's going to be some problems with that because there's definitely an overlap.
I don't know if you've tuned into Dr. David Clements yet. I've sent you a few things about him. He has his team. He's asking them about 3i Atlas, of course, and they've always pretty much agreed with you, with what you're saying from the beginning, before you had your experiences. But he also says, they said, well, there's several items out there that you don't know about that are very similar, have many similar attributes to the 3i Atlas. We just haven't found them yet. So those are incoming and will be known at the right time. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, something to look forward to. And speaking of looking forward to, this is the last we'll see of Michael on the air with us in person here. See, actually in person.
Real meat
body. And he's about to head across country with the gas prices the way they are. I think he's really looking forward to this.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
Ching. The good thing is that once I make it to Texas, it's $2 a gallon less, which makes a difference.
So taking the southern route will get you to Texas faster.
It's actually the middle route. It's going to be 40. It's going to be 40.
Take 40 across?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's also the shortest, which in the end, it all is about how many miles you're driving.
That's true.
Do you go through New Mexico or Arizona or Nevada?
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff.
Arizona, and
That's beautiful.
it's 40. Yeah, it's a good drive, and it's the shortest drive.
I think it was like this time last year. I was driving my brother Norm on that interstate. We were going to take a more northern path, but it was so snowed in. It was snowed in May.
Oh,
yeah. So this year seems to be much more mild weather.
Yeah, the weather looks fine on 40.
Yeah.
For now, we haven't started getting tornadoes and stuff, and the snow is further east or north or whatever. So I've done the trip many times, and 40 is a good one. I want to go 80 or
Yeah, you might see northern lights if you take 80.
Yeah,
I mean, get up there.
At some point, I want to do that. I want to actually hang out in Colorado, the Rocky Mountain Park and all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this traveling is good. We like it. We want to do more of it.
So, all right. Well, you have a good trip. Cross country, you and Jaya.
When are you planning to leave?
Right after I see you.
So thank you, Micah, for being on. We appreciate it. And stay in touch. Maybe call us from the road next week if you're still on the air.
All right.
And Bobby, thanks for being here.
Yes.
Thanks for being here, folks. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.